Welcome to a new start session 18. Last week, the Drek. No, wait.
What the hell do I call him now? Is he an elf or a Drekar?
Sorry, just one moment, please.
Oh my, this is just embarrassing. I swear, this is the last time I will work for such a budget outfit.
Ah, there we go, thank you.
Oh wow, really, you're going with that? Okay, I'll read it. Why not? It's your money.
My apologies to everyone listening. Let me start again. Welcome to a new start session 18. Last week, Shoefly, the elven re-embodied Drekar healer, SHYLO, the Goliath psionic warrior maiden fair, Flip-Flop, the Feliday mage, and Bobby, the Goliath herdsman, had their friend Shu brought back from the realm of spirit by the necromancer Draves. Unable to fully and completely focus the necromantic forces, the Drekar spirit reincarnated as an elven man. After a brief damage control conversation with Newstead and Draves about the death of Penarole and the battle that had just taken place with his watery double in the town's square, they activated the mage's will and had a last somber chat with the deceased, or rather his anthropomorphic will's watery avatar. In their short relationship with the Archmage, the party seemed to have made a deep impression on him. The Hydromancer having left them the keys to his home, Penarole Tower, 7,000 gold, and all the spoils the party found in the mage's tickle trunk. These gifts came with the conditions that the tower's name remain unchanged, that it someday be finished in stone, and that the party pick a name. The grateful party, in an act of tribute, dubbed themselves the Shiny Pennies in his honor. Young, rich, and no longer homeless, will the Shiny Pennies enter this new chapter of their lives with designs of heroism, frugality, and charity, or will they blow it all in the first 24 hours on ale, trinkets, and sex workers, then also accidentally burn the tower to the ground after falling asleep trying to make late-night drunken nachos? Let's find out as we now join them in session.
We'll get to that.
I remember now.
Thanks.
Did somebody not do their homework again?
It's not forgotten homework until it's my turn, which is last.
Who wants to lead with? You want to lead with fun facts or shall
Sash, I can. Fun fact for Shu this week, in light of his resurrection, reincarnation last week, he is not the first member of his family who has been reincarnated. Now, while none of his immediate family were, it's definitely been talked about in the family history. Sometimes they weren't quite ready to go. Sometimes it was an overzealous party they were traveling with who thought they were helping. But the most notable was his great-great-uncle who was reincarnated as an ogre. And becoming an ogre healer was quite the interesting stories he had. That's his fun fact for today. Hey.
Have you figured out yours?
I'm last. And I mean, even after the kitty.
Go north, young Goliath. Go north, young Goliath. Your llamas are calling. Go north, young Goliath. Your goats may be falling. Go north, young Goliath. The herd's in, bullies care. Go north, young Goliath. Your destiny's there.
Na 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 na. Nice. Na 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 na. SHYLO.
For the first time in Shiloh's life, she has not worked on wedding invitations for days, and she also has 0 prospects for engagement.
Wow.
Yeah, so there's been a gap of 4 days in all of her wedding planning books, which is alarming.
I'd say I'm alarmed.
Yeah, this could cause a psychotic break at any moment. I don't know.
You mean it hasn't happened?
Yeah, this is never another psychotic break.
Isn't that isn't a double break like a reforming? Would that mean
She become totally normal?
Yeah, 2 pluses or negatives make a positive. It's like I like to say, sometimes I'm usually so smart I'm stupid, but occasionally it goes all the way back to smart again.
I have to say though, it's becoming increasingly more difficult to find new ways to write bad poetry.
Yeah.
I was gonna do what do you call, what do they call those again?
Haikus?
No,
Oh.
because I thought about haikus, but he can't count syllables
Okay.
because he doesn't know how to read.
All right.
And the other one I thought of was I can't remember what they call those poems where you make a poem off of every letter of a word,
Oh, okay.
starting
Yeah.
it. But I'm like, well, yeah, can't read. God damn it.
You know what? Though that shouldn't stop you from making like iambic just
I thought about that.
if only
actually.
because
Just
he just naturally comes by it. He has no idea that it's this.
I was thinking of making a poem titled Llamas, but every word of the poem would actually start with the letter L.
Lovely llamas leaping.
Leaping lively. Liking, licking.
Letting light linger.
Ooh,
Lovely
there you go.
llamas. Pretty bird. So previously on Anus Turd. I got it. Oh, chapter 17, untitled as of.
Oh wait, no
moment.
title.
Oh, sorry, Sashia title.
It's called "We're Rich, Bitch" for now.
I'm already poor again.
Yeah.
My parents are going to be doing well,
Oh yeah.
We're rich, bitch.
provided that
For now.
message I sent through Bob's courier service gets there.
Especially since you've already managed to spend all yours on
Was-
quite.
No, a lot of mine is in reserve. It's not spent. Did
So-
you send it in a heavily perfumed envelope? Because if you did,
No, I
Not
absolutely.
recommended.
You didn't put perfume on the letter, did you?
I never do.
did I? If I was around it, I may have, but I don't remember seeing it. So
No.
you're
No,
lucky.
he specifically did not go to you because
Yeah. Yeah.
his insight on you was not good.
Should be
So,
like,
chapter 17, alternatively titled "We're Rich, Bitch." For now, we had just finished the battle.
Yeah.
We found Penarol's components pouch. Champion Newstead showed up and was immediately hauling us into the shop and scurrying the owner out. And Champion Draves was also there. Draves reincarnated the one old man who had died during our battle, despite all of our best efforts. Then reincarnated me, and I came back as an elf.
Again.
Then we found out that Poppy would not have come back because he was a follower of Nomaste, the religion of gnomes. They don't believe in reincarnation.
Because gnomes are the one true race.
Newstead and Graves were going to help us. We found, when we searched Penarol's pouch, we found the key, which was basically a silver liquid and would simply remain a liquid unless you moved it quickly, at which point it took a shape. They also, Flip-Flop found in his overcoat pocket that she was wearing his will, which was essentially a sponge. When it was activated, he appeared before it, well, a version of him that was essentially a pre-recorded message, appeared before us, gave us the rundown of everything, explained that the well in his tower was actually his tomb. Drake took the key to deal with the disposal of his body and putting him there. Disposal. Sorry, keep going. It's totally what it was. Let's face it.
It's called internment.
And and Clevis had some stuff that was given to us that Penarol had left us, which had 7,000 gold for the entire party. We had to name our party, at which point we would be given Penarol's tower as ours. So we named ourselves the Shiny Pennies.
I like it.
However, his tower will forever be named Penarol's Tower, and we were asked to keep up the work that we were doing, and thus ended the session. Unless I missed anything.
I think we got to create one of those like Rube Goldberg machine type things that actually has like, there's a penny that sits at the top of the tower and it rolls down the tower in a weird Rube Goldberg machine sort of thing, like a giant penny. And then when it gets to the bottom, it hits a crank that cranks it back up to the top and it continues the penny roll.
Petrol.
Did
Actual motion kind of roll penny machine.
did we find out where the tomb was and what the funeral arrangements and everything were from the tomb?
No, so the session had ended, and Draves and Newstead requested a moment alone with Will.
Oh, okay.
They're totally gonna rob it blind.
Totally. And it would be a penny roll machine.
Yeah, I know.
Uh-huh.
That's what I was.
Sorry, it took a second.
Double
on
entendre.
So pretty.
Yeah, last session I used big words. This weekend I can't
You're like,
figure out penny rolls.
it's the heat. Blame the heat.
That's the heat.
Time for a quick fun fact. As was noted in our lore guide entry on magic, casting arcane and divine spells on Mundus Fractura is typically very perilous. What was not clearly indicated in that episode is that there is a workaround to be able to cast spells without the possibility of miscasting or corruptions. Known spells for both divine and arcane magic can be cast as rituals. Casting a spell as a ritual is a slow, arduous process that can be done only when an individual is in a safe location. Any space where a caster can focus for an amount of time measured in hours. The amount of time required is typically equal to the spell's power level in hours. So 1 hour for first-level spells, 2 hours for second-level spells, and so on. Now back to the session.
You were also asked to stay out of Penroll Tower until you were given word.
Yeah.
And that there was going to be a wake the day after, or day after tomorrow.
Yes, because it's the
It is the 1 year anniversary
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
T.T.R.P.G.
And SHYLO went off to start getting ready because she's only got 2 days to get ready, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So she's getting bathed, pedicured.
Just out of curiosity, and you can share or you could not, what are her plans with because you were given a deep dad moment, if you
By
remember,
Penroll, yeah.
by Penroll, that you should really sit down
About
and-
how awful Juniper was to
yeah,
me.
about how you should sit down and settle your differences with Juniper, that it was a bad breakup and he's very upset. And
Well, she figured she may run into him at the funeral, and or many attractive farm boys. So we'll see.
so, all right,
Yeah,
Drama at
yeah.
the funeral.
she's growing, but not.
She's still a little heartbroken
Okay.
over what he put her through.
that she made up in her own head
Yeah.
after leaving him for an entire freaking night.
Bobby,
Picture in hand.
during this week that we're all kind of, or these 2 days that we're kind of preparing for the funeral, Bobby approaches you guys separately and asks you, would I be able to hire you to help me retrieve my herd after the funeral?
No, say how
I would be willing to pay you the money that I sent home, that amount after I deduct it from the sale of my herd when I bring the herd back, which was, I believe, 1,600 gold.
If I'm not super busy with wedding planning, then I could maybe help you.
Thank you, friends.
But we'd have to talk about it after.
I presume that Bobby is just kind of saying the word 1,600 gold, and not really fully understanding what the.
Well, that's what he was told it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what he was told he was getting.
One of the few things that Bobby's brain still will comprehend is how much the llamas are worth and how much he's expected to get from them. And he's got a rough amount of numbers because this was drilled into his head.
You're a llama savant.
Well, there's certain things that he retains. And this being one of the most important things in his life, he retains it.
Cool.
If not the most important thing in his life.
He can learn one thing, and he picked llamas.
Yeah.
Hey, mountain goats too.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
He seemed to pick floof llamas though, which makes it extra special.
They are the best of llamas.
They actually survive better than llamas at high altitude.
Makes sense.
Their fur keeps them warm in the high mountain reaches. And it also makes for the best coats.
Nice. I'm going to take those Hydra claws
Yeah.
and teeth that I took off that Hydra way back in the day that we killed.
A few days ago, yeah.
Yeah.
In game time.
And
Yes.
I'm getting them made into necklaces with one talon on each one of them.
Right. Where are you doing this?
In Bob's. I'm gonna
Okay.
go
So you go to the cat.
to Bob's.
Hello, welcome to Bob's.
Bob, I need a jeweler to make talon and tooth necklaces, pendants, and that hang down to about here.
You know what? I'm off in 5 minutes. Can I meet you outside in a totally platonic, friendly way to offer some solid advice on possibly investing in something?
Sure.
And he winks at you very unsurreptitiously.
Okay.
Great. So
She's gonna go outside.
you wait.
Yeah.
A man who looks suspiciously like the Bob of the day,
Okay.
who be the Bob of the evening, comes in.
Okay.
And they swap. He gets the apron and the keys, the key ring.
Mm-hmm.
Why, thank you, Bob. Thank you, Bob. Have a good evening. You too, Bob. Have a good evening. Bob of the day wanders outside with you. Okay, great. Now that we're outside, I can totally drop the fucking monotone voice. Hi, nice to meet you. My name's Ted.
Okay.
Gross.
Wait, is he? Does he
Human.
have teeth? Ew.
He looks like Bob. He is.
Oh, okay.
He's bald. He's got kind of a handlebar mustache, black. He's not entirely bald. He's got a horseshoe of hair, black horseshoe of
Yeah.
hair. You think it might be shaved though in that.
She's not keen on human men.
Yeah,
So.
but he's absolutely human. Like
He's got
sorry,
the Bob
okay.
Merrick haircut.
yeah.
So what's the?
Sorry, this is not to hit on you, ma'am. I like seriously. We don't offer jeweler service at Bob's, but I can't say what we don't offer. So I'm kind of doing a solid here for you. You know, tip would be nice. Cletus, actually.
Cletus.
That would be the old dude who works next door to the general store.
He might be mostly dead.
No, he's fine.
No.
No.
Cletus was the shopkeeper who gave us all the stuff
Oh, that
Penroll
guy.
had trusted.
Yeah.
Penroll trusted him enough, and he actually gave us a chest with 7,000 gold. He's
Okay, I'll
pretty
go
trustworthy
talk to him then.
so far.
So far, yeah.
Actually, you catch him just as he's walking up for the night.
Mhm.
Oh, hello.
And I'm just gonna explain to him that I want necklaces.
Like cord or gold or silver or something more exotic.
Probably just like black cord for now.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you want it?
Buy it before the funeral.
So, a day. Yeah, I come back in the morning. I'll have it done for you.
Okay, perfect. And I'll just give them to him. There's 6 of them. 3 teeth, 3 talons.
Gold. Just
Yeah. Take it out of my
You actually don't have a tab with me.
Yeah, I did. I left 500 gold
Oh, with him? Oh, sorry. I thought it was just with Bob. My
No,
bad.
I left
My apologies.
if Bob I left 500 gold.
Okay, well,
I've got it already. So 499.
Oh, I think you reversed it then.
Because I've got 500 at Bob's and 500 in store, and I've got 50 on myself, and 650
boob jingling money.
or 500 G at Bob's Bed and Breakfast, and
Yeah.
650 at Bob's Bank.
Deluxe.
Yeah.
So
Shoe and your new walking around place.
just Jeff clarifying here.
Yeah.
So tomorrow is the town's centennial anniversary party.
First anniversary, yeah.
I was trying to. And then the day after is Bob's funeral.
Is Penrol's.
Or Penroll's funeral. So, sorry, there's too many bloody names right now.
Tell me about it.
So everything will be open tomorrow, but will likely be at least half
Yeah, it'll be like
for the
half.
funeral, give or take. But the town will be going, despite the party, it'll be going full blast for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay. What am I gonna do? Actually, yeah, let's do that. Schubert is going to actually head out of town for a bit and just sort of wander around the fields and get used to his new body in general. and he
Just
does.
jumping jacks and
He does.
Saturday walking sticks.
Well, just like everything, it's a new body, and yes, it's my body, but it's still completely different than what I'm used to, and I have no idea what the. It's one of those. My mentality hasn't changed, but all my physical stats have. For example, I don't sleep now, and I can see in the dark, and all these neat things that he couldn't do before.
But sometimes he goes,
Yeah, and no lightning comes out. So he's going to spend the evening basically just sort of wandering around the woods, and he lets you guys know, I think I'm going to take an evening and just get used to this new shell that I'm in, since that's what we'll be traveling with. We'll see you folks in the morning.
if you need to spar or wrestle, I'll help you.
I will let you know that, sir. Thank you.
yeah, you feel incredibly frail compared to your old form
hmm
and hot.
But I also feel very, like, nimble and moves
Light.
pretty well. So it's a different. I picture it as, like, because I'm a comic book and X-Men nerd, I picture it as going from, like, Colossus to Longshot.
Totally.
So I'm going to spend the evening actually just, I don't know if you want any checks or you just want to make that one of those random RPs. I just move around, getting used to my strengths, my movement, all that kind of stuff.
Make a luck roll.
Luck roll?
Yeah, please.
7.
You get some weird looks from people, but really pretty uneventful little walkabout. After you finish up with Cletus, he's got a thing in his hand, and he walks over to the main message board in the town square, and you see him hammering up a little poster.
Oh, I haven't actually checked the message square for farm boys and stuff, so I'm gonna go
Wow.
check it out. Yeah.
You go over, and there's the usual reposts.
Is the fish pitcher craze past?
Oh no, it's booming strong.
Okay.
I think that's ever going away.
Yeah.
You actually see, oddly enough, a poster for now hiring artisans for a factory in New Gisland in the production of not only fish pitchers,
The Talon thing?
fish hats,
Okay.
fish headwear of all manner, just fish shit, like fish stuff.
Okay.
But they're looking for artisans, and it's weird because they're hiring here in the.
Told you you
company,
should
trying
have
to get people to come.
invested in this.
Oh,
ground
interesting.
floor.
So it's spread to
We were the
yeah.
ground floor. It was already
That's
gone
awesome.
by the time we.
It's still growing.
And also there on the
Sounds like Bass Pro Shop is being created.
Go right next to Bob's.
you notice the poster that Cletus has put up is a very nice screen printing, multicolors, which is like stands out from the board of like hand drawn, like ink and
Nice.
pencil. But it is a notification of the death of Penarol, listing wake services for day after tomorrow.
Is there only one poster?
There's just the one.
Oh, so I can't take it and put it in my journal. Okay, I'll leave it. Did anyone
And as you walk over to the message board, hi, can I help you with anything? Are you looking for work?
no, I'm looking at the board to see if anyone responded to my poster that I put up before all of our adventures began.
You know, there's a person in town who solves problems.
Is his name Annabelle?
It's like, you know,
He's dead.
you see his face go blank, like the Odo blank. Doesn't make sense. Say again.
He's dead.
You see his face go blank. Doesn't make sense.
Oh shit.
You broke the water roll.
I did totally.
Oh no, he's caught in a loop and she's an idiot.
She's not, yeah, so she knows that he's gonna die shortly, and I don't think he can provide her with any information about responses to her ad on I forgot to go to the post office because I put that poster up right after my breakup with Juniper
Yeah.
about like seeking boyfriend, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And just did a little profile and said to respond at Bob's
Yeah.
Bob's delivery and courier service or whatever it was. And so, is my poster still up there at all?
No, all the little tabs have been
Are
ripped
gone.
off. Yeah, have been ripped off the
Nice.
bottom.
Okay.
I don't know how many you made, but all the tabs are gone.
Sweet. Awesome.
She makes
So-
2 million.
Bobby.
probably
For the
short
next
messages
day,
for
I'm
you.
going to be looking into procuring horses and supplies to travel north.
Supplies. Excellent.
Is that where you think your sheep are?
That's where Penrolls Will told me to go look, is to the north.
Oh, he told you in his will where to go look for your sheep. Interesting.
Blue flames.
Blue flamas.
They are not sheep.
All
This is like one of the only times you've ever seen Bobby look even mildly annoyed or angry.
Just for no reason at all, she's gonna quickly scan the bulletin board to see if there's any like Juniper related posts on there, like posters or anything like that.
No, actually, there isn't.
He hasn't put his dating profile up again.
Nothing.
His profile is missing.
He hasn't
Okay.
reactivated his Tinder.
All right.
Nope. Not re.
So she's a-
his Grinder, Tinder, or anything else.
She's super depressed about the Paneroll thing, running into that, and then now she's got this weird, sad feeling in her heart about Juniper, and she's just gonna go back to her room and get some further pampering so she can look smoking hot for the funeral.
You do know that all the little tabs from your poster are gone. Are you going to check at the front desk with the Bob of the Night?
I thought everything was closed.
Well, no, Bob's is open like 24 hours.
Oh, no, she's tired and sad now, so she'll go in the morning.
She's tired and sad.
Yeah, she'll go in
Good evening, miss. Bob of the Night. Bob of the evening says.
the morning.
Your room is ready. Do you need a bath turn down service?
Yes, I'll have a bath and a massage and a mani-pedi.
Put it on your tab, ma'am.
Yes. Please.
Okay.
Just between me and you, how much is that so that I can...
Oh, you'll get your bill at the end of the week, ma'am.
Okay. This
This is
great.
dangerous.
This is, yeah.
How is it every one of your characters always ends up in this situation, Sash? No matter who you're playing, you end up
Stick
getting
to
a
what you know.
spa day.
Stick with what you know. Stick with what you know.
You got like you played like a male blood-covered barbarian dwarf who went for
Like a spot.
like a mud bag, please.
Stick with what you know.
Oh, I love it.
So you've got a room in the ritzy part of Bob's.
Yeah, definitely. Like
You're not. Oh yeah, and you're
the honeymoon suite.
You guys are actually not welcome back yet at Penrose Tower. You have been sent
Yeah.
word.
No, we knew that they basically said after the funeral, so
Yeah.
we know it's at least 2 days.
And you are paid up through the end of the week at Bob's.
Oh, I thought we were off.
Newstead took some pity upon you and gave you some free roof and board till the end of the week till you could get into Penrose Tower.
No, not going to complain.
Bob, shoo.
Unless you wanted to roleplay me getting horses.
Nah, you figure it out after some amount of luck.
Or charm.
Or charm. You manage to
People just tell Bobby where
you
things
manage
are.
to figure it out. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. Give me a charisma check.
Okay. Like persuasion, just straight charisma.
Just straight charisma.
Look, I should probably get my character sheet out. Ooh, no. 9.
Plus probably
No,
five or
that's
six.
with that.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I rolled a 4.
Well, yeah, you get the horses for a decent price. Are you buying or renting?
I'm gonna look to rent because I don't need to own horses. Who needs a fucking horse?
You.
While the jerk DM looks at horse prices, let's have a quick fun fact. Penrolls, watery assistants persist until their missions have been fulfilled, or until the water that their magic inhabits fully evaporates. Now back to the session.
Tom, I'm gonna just do this.
You can rent 4
Like-
horses, riding horses.
Right
Yeah,
now.
that works.
Yeah,
man. Thanks
and
very
then
much.
you can tell me a total later.
Bobby, you can rent 4 horses for a week, which is 10 days, for 40 gold pieces.
Okay.
And he'll help
Total or per horse?
total.
Nice.
And he will help you count the money. You could make a sense motive if you want to see if he's ripping you off.
I will, because I specifically put points into wisdom for this. Bobby knows people. He might be an idiot and not be able to figure things out, but he knows people.
Got them social skills.
So wisdom check to see if he's ripping me off at a 7.
You think he's being pretty honest. He has an honest face.
All right.
Okay, so we'll say the night past that incident, this is what you guys did the day of the festivities or the morning of the festivities.
I got a mani-pedi, a
Yeah.
massage. I got my hair washed and cut. I got 2 facial treatments, and then I got another one after. I got room service a bunch of times and a chocolate cake.
Okay,
Over throughout the night, I slept fit.
how hair sensitive is Shiloh?
She's not. She's got long curly hair.
No, I mean with styling.
She just wanted a little trim on the bottom. Then just a good little, maybe a blowout.
It's a nice blowout.
Are we the only 2 Goliaths in history with hair?
Hers might not be a wig.
It's a reasonable cut. It's a reasonable cut. It's not to the level of Goliath stylists. They don't really know how to work with your hair, but it's passable. You would be laughed out of glidey, but around humans and elves
They
and
don't even
dwarves and farm boys, it's luxuriant.
And I smell fantastic.
You smell fantastic.
Good.
Bobby is going to actually have the foresight to go and buy some nice clothes rather than his fisherman's vest that he got from Hilda
All right,
or Hildy.
swaggle on into Cletus's.
Yeah. I'm just looking for.
I
nicer
was
clothes.
actually going to Cletus's as well.
Hey, wait a minute. Wait, there's some bandying about terms for what we're supposed to call you. You're the elven re-embodied Drakkar healer, are you not?
That is who I am. So yes, you may call me Shoe. Shoe Fly is the name.
Hi, Cletus. Just here to get some clothes.
Bobby, you're sunshine.
And
I know when you're in.
I just start basically stripping down and trying on different things on his rack.
Bobby, modesty, there's children that come in for the hot candy.
Well, that's all right. I don't mind.
No, but they mind. The mothers, they get a little nervous around the unit.
I don't fall.
Your penis is large and it scares them.
Oh, that's silly.
You're having a horse cock around there, sir.
No, it's a Goliath cock.
You know what I'm saying. Get in the back.
Okay,
I'm
I
afraid
grab
he
some stuff.
probably doesn't know what you're saying, actually.
He's such a happy. Look at him. Look at his happy little butt wandering back in there.
Yes.
And it's just like that. I'm all excited about getting new clothes.
He is quite the person.
Mr. Fly, what can I do for you?
Well, I'm afraid my usual assortment of, my defense will be a little bit different in this body. I was wondering if you might have a, yes, indeed. I was wondering if you might have a hunting bow.
Absolutely. It's not the greatest, but it passes one over to you.
Base level,
Just
nothing
base
wrong
level.
with it,
Nothing
but
wrong
nothing
with it.
special. That's cool. No, more just when it's like, it's a little. I'm like, is it cracked? Is it worn? It's just basic level.
Extra
Perfect.
strings?
Arrows? Definitely need some arrows, yeah. I'll take a quiver if you've got that.
Oh, yeah. Quiver? Oh, yes. All in bow, 10 arrows and a quiver, whatever the cost of the bow is.
Yeah, I got all that. There's one more thing.
Yeah.
With the unfortunate plans for tomorrow, would you have anything perhaps a little bit nicer than just the armor to show up?
Are you paying for the bright ones, too?
Yeah, I'll look after that one.
Thank you. It makes things a little more easy
Yeah.
in the long run. He's a beautiful man. He's a beautiful man.
It's a shopping episode, it would seem. While the DM ducks into the back to check stock, let's have a quick fun fact. Though the new Western Alliance and its currently 4 settlements are the focus of our sessions, they are by no means the only civilizations in the area. There are many civilized species indigenous to the lands west of the Great Lakes, and I am sure that in the coming sessions we will learn about these groups. Now back to the session.
When I say nice clothes, I'm assuming nice for a frontier town.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm actually, I know exactly what I would be asking for, Tom.
Yeah. What's that?
To be honest, just tradition among the family, but if you had just a simple black cloak, that would be more than suffice.
I got a robe with a hood. Does that work for you?
May I see it?
Brings it out. It's like a, think of like a Cambridge professor robe
Okay,
with a hood on it, with a cowl on it.
I believe this would do just fine, sir. I would like this if I may.
5 gold, sir.
Certainly.
And what does Bobby like? Your size? He's got like a base. He's got a
What I'm
basic suit.
hoping to get is a suit jacket with tails
Yeah.
and then a bow tie. No shirt underneath. Just a suit jacket with tails, preferably gold buttons, and a bow tie.
Yeah, I can put that together for you, Bobby. Let's see what we got here.
And some and just some like normal like workaday pants.
Are you sure? This came in special from Deep Isla. Would you like it? And he holds up on this like it's for you. It's your size. It's Goliath's size. And on this big hanger, and he's got problems like holding it that high in the air. It's like a Blue Boy outfit. What's the Blue Boy painting? Here, let me pull it up for you.
Yeah, I'm not sure what you're talking about. No, I want my jacket with tails
Okay, fair enough.
and a bow tie.
Get rid of this damn thing someday.
Actually, no, not a bow tie. One of those frilly ascots.
Okay.
But I'm not going to wear a shirt underneath it.
Okay.
Just a frilly ascot. And like,
Oh, like a dickie.
yeah.
Okay, frilly dickie. Yeah, normally we put the. Never mind. It gives you a suit coat and a dickie.
Yeah. But I will have pants like Blue Boy there. I'll definitely take those pants.
I hate to split the outfit. You sure you don't want the whole thing?
I don't really do shirts.
You don't have to wear the shirt. You can give it away to a friend.
I'm good. Thanks.
The pretty lady you travel with.
Thanks, sir. And I'm walking out the store.
You did get pants.
Bye, friends. Cletus.
You got Blue Boy pants, a black suit coat with tails, a dickie.
Just the pants was the part I was really worried about with Bobby.
Blue pants. Yeah, the Blue Boy pants.
And a frilly dickie.
a black jacket with tails and gold buttons and a frilly dickie.
I'm pretty sure they're called dickies.
Yeah, no, I think so. I think you're right. There's something to that effect.
Mr. Fly, 35 gold for the man.
My head of stuff?
Yes.
Yeah, so.
Never
70
gonna
gold total.
Yeah.
Because the bow's 25, mine were 5, and his is 35, and I'm just rounding up.
Sounds good. Thanks for the tip.
Oh, thank you for your service, sir. Much appreciated.
Excellent.
I'll see you around.
All right.
And for the rest of the time where I'm not doing the stuff that my chores, I'm basically just going around town helping people lift heavy things. And
Just being a nice guy.
yeah, if a horse looks tired pulling a wagon, I pick the wagon up and start pulling it.
What's SHYLO doing during her day? She's gotten her pedicure and her blowout.
She's done all that, and she sent her like travel clothes off to get cleaned.
Yeah.
And she wants to go down to a clothing shop. Oh no, mail first. I have to go get the
yep.
mail.
Bob with the day here.
Hi, Bob.
and
Bobby.
Actually.
I'm just coming to see if I've received any letters in response to my
Finally.
dating profile.
Oh, man, you know what a bag of holding is, miss?
Yes, but I don't have one.
Normally, and he points behind the he rolls back a shutter. Normally, we keep the mail for the message board out front and it's like those U.S. mail sacks
Yeah,
you
just
see in
a
old
sack.
westerns kind of thing. We had to break out the bag of holding for you. I can set you up in a room, but it's going to take you a while to go through these.
Okay, not that I even care, but are any of them from June?
am not allowed to read the mail, and most of it is unaddressed because it's in a personals board, and things.
But you didn't like glance a name or notice anything. Okay.
He didn't come in.
Oh.
He hasn't been in.
Oh.
Yeah, he didn't come in. It looks like he wants to say something else, and then he kind of glances up at the rules board behind him, and like somewhere in there is like no fraternizing, no personal information.
no gossiping.
Yeah.
So, okay. Can I have my mail in the bag of holding, or
I'm gonna have to set you up in a room to take this, unless
I
you
have
got
a room?
Cal,
I tell you what.
we'll have
If
it
you
delivered-
get Bob's service to deliver it to my room,
Yeah.
this afternoon, or like right now even, and then they can just dump it on the floor. I'm not going to be there. I have to get fitted for a dress.
Absolutely, we'll dump it in your room, man.
Okay, yeah, just on the bed.
Yeah. It will cover the bed.
It's a very large bed.
It's a very large water bed.
Put it in the middle of the room.
I think off the top of my head, if I remember correctly, a bag of holding holds roughly about 250 pounds. Well, it depends. There are different sizes.
Okay.
250 pounds is kind of like the baseline model.
Okay.
They filled a 250-pound bag of holding bag with little memos of hey,
Hey,
pop
baby.
tarts, you look rockin'.
W or WYD question mark.
I don't know what your kid lingo is. Who lives in your fax machines?
Your roller skates.
God. Oh man, damn it.
Yeah, and then she's gonna head off to the store to buy a nice green dress if they have one.
You're marching in just before noon. Closed sign on Cletus. Cletus thing says holidays closed at noon. And you're like busting in the door, and Cletus is like, oh,
Yes.
the pretty lady. SHYLO, the bucket lady.
Bucket lady.
I've only seen.
Bouquet.
Oh, sorry, your message thing outside.
Bouquet.
Sorry, my fault. Is there an accent aigu or accent
That's
grave?
why I put a flower in place of the O.
There's an. Oh. Anyways, what can I do for you?
I need a dress. I need to look fabulous for the funeral, which I'm very, very sad about.
Damn, I could have sold that blue boy outfit.
No, I need a dress.
Oh, shit.
Preferably green. Something delicate, feminine, low plunging in the
In
chest.
your size. In your size, I have two. I have this, and we're going to call it the Kaylee dress, because I think you're going to know what I'm saying if I say the Kaylee
From
dress.
Firefly.
From Firefly.
Big poofy one.
Yes.
The big pink floofy one.
Okay.
That she absolutely is loving.
Yeah, that is so cute.
That is glorious. You look more like a fooflama.
And he's got what amounts to a sundress.
A pretty one though?
It's got little flowers, little daisies all over it. And it's kind of a cornflower blue with white daisies.
Just
on it.
asking for no reason at all.
Yeah.
And not that I care one bit, but which one of these do you think Juniper would like best? The sundress? Not that I care.
Okay, I was a fly on the wall for the whole Will thing. You're going to talk nice to him, right? He's a sensitive boy.
That's why I'm asking what his preference in dresses are. Not that I care.
You trying to intimidate him or sin?
I'm going to forgive him.
So is that intimidation or
I think that would be even more confusion.
Seductively forgive him.
I would go with the sundress then.
Okay. Just gonna see if the sundress fits.
It fits beautifully.
Nice.
It is, however, in the right light, slightly transparent. Just slightly.
Well, with SHYLO, that slightly could turn into
Perfect.
busting out of it in a hurry.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that sheer sort of material where it's basically covered, but every once in a while.
The right
So
angle.
what you're saying is wear a bra?
I like it. SHYLO doesn't wear bras.
She doesn't need to.
Yeah.
Yeah, not like they ever say.
I know,
Yeah.
right?
If they do, they just throw
She's gonna go with the sundress.
All right, so she goes with the sundress.
How much do I owe him from my tab?
You know what? Because I approve of what you're doing, it's on the house.
He just wants to see you in it.
You will be getting a wedding invitation.
No perfume on the damn thing, please.
Cleety.
Indeed. Sounds like a disease, my dear. Please never call me that again.
That's what everyone says.
Sweet.
Well, exactly. Lady sweetie, I like it. Bye. Off she goes.
Yeah, I'm not sure who needs to make the wisdom check. There's something you're both forgetting.
Make
Cletus gets a 12.
Make the DM do it.
He was gonna have her necklace.
Oh,
in the
yeah.
morning.
Thank you. Sorry, I totally
Necklaces,
forgot.
yeah,
I
there
got
you
this.
Thank you, Jim. Thank you. I'm gonna put the talons on.
Not that I think it'd make a huge difference, but it does get me to double digits as I just realized that my charisma modifier is +6, not a +5, because I put a stat in it. So that would have brought me up to 10, which is double digits. I don't know if that would make a difference on the money I paid for that horse, but just check it.
Horses.
I'm gonna go back to them.
Yeah, the
and
horses.
read my letters while these
Yeah.
guys do what they're doing.
So you go into your room, and it's almost comical. You have to like push in the door, and it's
Oh my god. Is there any like room cleaner or servant people around anywhere?
no.
Okay,
Not
I'm gonna
Sunday.
just
And actually, the hotel staff is decidedly light.
on the holiday.
It looks like everybody is kind of shutting down early for the holiday.
Well, I'm gonna try to like push a clear space and start working my way through the letters. The only thing I'm looking for right now is Juniper. His name won't have yeah, just in case. But I'll just keep doing that while these guys do what they're doing. So just in the meantime.
They've set up a grandstand in the town square, with the back of it facing, I'll bust it out here. With the back of it facing these cranes, so it's just kind of right here, so that everybody kind of gathers in the square. The back of it's facing the pit where they're digging the basement. They've cleared out the paddocks, this lead paddocks, and cleaned it out, and they've got like a petting zoo set up at the one end, and
Guess where Bobby is.
and like pony rides, and they do have a fluflamma there. It is not your fluflamma.
I do check very thoroughly, like lift
Yeah.
its tail up.
Oh, you never look.
Reach under.
You never look a gift fluflamma in the ass.
It's not mine, but I'm spending pretty much the whole funeral hanging out with the Fuflama
Yeah.
because it's making me nostalgic.
Well, this is the town celebration. This is the party.
Right. That's right.
Yeah, and it's actually a very good looking fluflamma. This would be a good herd sire. Like very good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Bobby's taking note. Gonna find his master or owner.
The runner, the guy who runs the petting zoo is there.
Good sir.
Meh.
I noticed your llama there. He's quite a handsome man.
This is a public event. There will be none of that.
I am not sure what you're talking about.
Oh, I'm sorry. You noticed my fluflamma.
Yes, I actually have heard myself.
Oh, you did.
Have you ever thought about hiring him out to stud? He is a fine specimen. He would bring much honor to my clan's herd.
Well, sure. Bring him on over after the petting zoo thing closed and the kiddies go to bed and the fireworks are done and
Oh, I haven't found them yet. Have you seen them?
your fluflammas.
Yes, I lost them on my way here.
No, herd of goat.
Goats? What kind?
Just regular goats, billy goats, nanny goats,
Billy
baby goats, kid goats.
They would fall over on the first pass.
Okay.
But
Have fun when you find your herd. You bring them on me. We'll do that up.
I'll bring them. Would you consider bringing your llama up to Aligric in the Rake? You could be compensated well.
Maybe. We'll talk later.
I'm just gonna go back and hang out with your.
Home rats. Home rats.
Are there any like midway games or whatever for like contests of skill, things like
there's
that? An
bobbing.
archery one, basically.
There's bobbing for apples. There is dart games. There are the ring toss. You get more of the thing of the bottle. There's like a skee ball almost, but you got to throw the ball into a bunch of holes.
There could be the one where they have that wooden box on it, and it's got a sloped top with holes all in it.
Yep, yeah. Oh,
You gotta tell me they have one of those hammer things.
They don't have the hammer thing. They do, and it's fucking just jumped out of my head. It's got they've got like a modified bellows. So you get a bucket of water, and it's got a modified bellows, and you have to push the little fucking like get the water in the hole, and the water pressure makes the little thing go up.
Just
and the first person
pump
get
the
to the
bellows
top.
fastest.
Yep. Yeah,
Nice.
basically, and aim correctly. And they've got the shittiest stuffed animals and little crystal pendants and just all manner of like midway crap.
Is it lots of like cheap knockoff fish pictures and stuff?
There are some malformed fish pictures.
Lots of fish, crappy
Yeah.
fish paintings. Yeah.
There is a huckster who is they kind of got like a gift shop set up almost, and it's all the highfalutin wear from Deep Isla. So whatever they say high society is doing, they're trying to
Push it.
shill in this place. A lot of the satyrs are walking out with like knitted fish, not pitchers, but fish headwear horn covers, but it is asymmetrical.
Oh,
So just one horn gets covered.
okay.
Yeah, little like basically no rides per se, but the ponies for the kids, and they go around in a circle, and the square is starting to fill up. The smell of cotton candy and kettle corn, and Cletus has got like a little stall set up in front of his shop. Both Bob's and Pesto's are giving out free samples. It's quite the affair. So as you guys are milling about through the crowd, and there's supposed to be some sort of big speech sometime late in the afternoon and fireworks later on, of some description. They're not exactly clear whether it's fireworks or magic or what it is. There are people being ferried over. The ferries are running like nonstop. You can, and the other ferries too. It's just a fucking buzz. There's boats that have come over from the island, from Deep Isla, just basically for the day.
Before I leave this fooflum, I just want to do one last thing. I want to spend some time with it and try and teach it a trick.
Sure, give it a shot.
I'm gonna try and teach it how to dance. Oh, sorry. I rolled a 3 and a 2. So that would be. You told me before I could use my charisma for animal handling.
Sure.
Does that still stand? Okay, well, it's a 9.
It doesn't dance, but you think you might have taught it how to count, maybe? It wasn't entirely clear. They are kind of an intelligent creature, but like you see it like pawing at the ground.
Nice.
I always get that one backwards. I'm gonna stop off after that.
A little kid's like, it's dancing.
I'll tell Buddy that was what was his owner's name?
Hey, don't think I told you. Let's call him
Farmer Bob.
Cedric.
Cedric the Llama Tainer.
Cedric, petting zoo purveyor.
Okay, owner of Stud Llama is Cedric. All right. No, I'll rush or wander off to find my friends. I'm sure Shy is super easy to find since she stands like a foot taller than anyone in this.
I'm in my room sorting through laptops.
Yeah, she's not even there.
Oh, you're not even there?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
No. And yeah, there are many a fine farm boy milling about outside.
Is
The
my
ladies are-
sundress already ready, or do I have to pick it up?
Oh,
later?
it's already
It was
ready.
ready? Okay.
He wrapped it up in a nice pink tissue paper
Okay,
for you.
sorry to interrupt.
No worries. Like I said, the boats are in and out. Everybody's having a grand old time. It's noisy as fuck when you hear a large explosion.
Towards
Gadzooks.
the docks?
Do we know what
But
direction?
mid-river, you see if you're looking that way, you see a large blast of light, and as it clears, you see two boats going down. One of them is quite large, and the other looks to be Juniper's raft, which may or may not have been full of people. There's people in the water. He's out in the middle of the river, and it seems to be going down too.
Can I roll to see if
You can roll perception.
That's a wisdom thing?
Yep.
I don't know if she'll.
Or you roast in your books or in your letters.
11?
Give me a luck.
It's even worse. You know what? You failed me. How about you? Oh, 4.
Oh, Jesus.
So the letters are too engrossing, so.
Yeah, you are just engrossed in the letters.
Okay.
And it is one of the finer suites, so it does have a little bit of soundproofing.
Thicker. Yeah.
I am going to just roll a straight. I'd call it intelligence check to see if I even realize that these aren't fireworks.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm rolling good on that one.
Nice.
18 minus 4 is
14.
14.
Nice.
Yeah, I think I realize this is not
Yeah,
good.
Something is bad, and
especially judging from how the crowd is
the
reacting.
crowd almost immediately is like, "Oh my god!" And you hear like women like, "Ah!" Like the 1950s like horror screams.
Are Bobby and I near each other by chance?
We'll say you guys are
Okay.
close.
Again, you wouldn't have trouble spotting me.
No, but more just like, am I heading over
Yeah.
to you or am I just leaning over? But if we're close by. Actually, I probably would have been hanging out with you just to sort of keep an eye on you through
That
all
makes
this
sense.
anyway.
That makes sense.
You're a nice boy. I'm gonna keep
And you already lost the cat. I mean,
And in short,
No,
in short order here, you also hear the town bell like ding ding.
because I'm
ding,
assuming
ding,
she's nowhere to
ding,
be found.
So would you hear
that
that?
sounds like something
She's
we
gonna
should be
make her
looking
way
into.
I agree.
After all, we are adventurers and
We are the shiny pennies.
Grabbing her new war axe. Or
Oh, I'm gonna grab a kid nearby
Yeah.
and tell him, young man, can you go check Bob's and see if there's a SHYLO there and tell her to come down to the wharfs, please? There's a gold in it for you.
He grabs it out of your hand and
No, I'm not handing him a gold.
Mhm.
I'm telling him there's a gold in it for him,
Yeah.
assuming SHYLO will give him the gold.
You, the player, will recognize this kid. He's wearing the dirty sackcloth. He's got the dark hair.
Mhm.
Mister, I do it for 2 gold. And you guys have ran into him before. He was,
This
the
kid.
messenger
We know
that
he is,
had
yeah.
sent it
This
to you
kid.
guys
Yeah.
previously.
I am going to tell him. Oh yes, you could get it from SHYLO when you talk to her. And I'm going to make a persuasion check on him. A natural 20 for a 26.
You did have a hard bargain. But I know where you live. I will come find you if you are just reaping.
Excellent. I look forward to seeing you again.
All right. He goes running off.
In the meantime, Shiloh's coming down in her sundress with her war axe.
It-
Or her war hammer.
the little kid busts into the door. Miss, you must come quickly. But first, 2 gold. I was promised.
Who promised you 2 gold from me?
The pretty one.
The pretty one.
The boy.
I'm the pretty
The
woman.
pretty Goliath man.
Oh, new guy.
See.
Okay, but you would have to go to
Oh,
Bob's bed and breakfast. Go to Bob at the counter and ask
Bob.
him
2 gold.
2 gold. 2 gold out of my 500 gold credit.
Miss Bouquet, do you authorize this?
Yes, I authorize it. I have to go.
Thank you. He runs away. I did it, mister. I
I'm
did
kind
it.
of a hero.
Well,
I'm busy.
meanwhile,
And there
me and
it's
she
like-
would be heading down to the
It's
docks immediately.
screaming
Yeah.
and chaos and ding,
Yeah.
ding, ding, ding. They've got the sloops going out, rowing out. Some of the other ferries that have just landed are like
Yeah.
hurrying people off, and they are turning their ferries to go out.
I'm going to reach out and grab Shu's hand like he's a child and just put my other arm in front of me like this and just like push through the crowd.
You're gonna mosh pit walk. All right.
water boy your way
Yeah.
through.
Is swimming a strength thing?
Yes.
So I'm gonna get going. Well, I'll be moving as fast as I can. What's your speed?
35.
40. Oh, yeah, 35. Yeah.
Okay, so mine's 30, but I mean, I don't think we have to go far enough to have to worry about the extra
It's my long
5
legs.
feet here or there. So
Mhm.
I'll just be
I'm
behind
40.
you.
Yeah, I'll slow my roll to your speed.
Well,
like you would when
you're bashing
holding
through
it.
the crowd.
Yeah.
So
Pick
I
up on
mean,
the way down to
I'm
the
not
boat
too
and then
worried
make the
about
Juniper's
that.
boat.
You
Do
can
you
all
do-
make a perception check to see whose ferry it was.
18. Oh wait, is that a skill?
Yeah,
yes.
wisdom.
So we would add
wisdom
the
skill.
one skill thing, right? Okay, so that is a dirty 20.
Advantage if you have that as your proficient skill.
I don't know if I do or not. How do I know
It's like
that?
Page 2.
Age 2.
They're all
You would pick up
Colored
the
in.
top and you got a little check mark in that long list of things.
Acrobatics, athletics, intimidation, and psionics.
That is not it. All right.
remember that though if you're ever rolling acrobatics or
Oh, I see if
intimidation.
it was perception or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the one that are filled in, you have advantage on all those ones.
Oh, need to know.
Yeah, so pushing my way to the front of the crowd. Oh, did you say all of us rolled
Yeah, all of
perception?
you.
Oh, okay.
Even Bobby.
Ooh. 17.
Yeah, actually, every one of you realizes that it seems like the rumble is as you're walking your way through the crowd. Oh my god, I think that was Penrose.
Barrels.
Or not Penrose, sorry. I think that was Juniper's. I'm doing it now too.
Now here's a
I think
question.
it was Juniper's Ferry.
How long after my character history ended have I been in town before Penarol sent me off after these
It
guys?
would have been within a day.
Within a day, so
Yeah.
there's a good chance I don't even know who Jennifer
Yeah,
is.
he has no idea who it is.
Mhm.
Yeah, and
Other than the flip flopping you've heard from Shiloh.
Yeah, yeah. I know
I
that
wouldn't even
Juniper is a
mention his
jerk
name.
and broke Shiloh's heart.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
all right.
Yeah, but you only know of the man we shall not speak of, so you don't even know his name because she wouldn't say his name.
Oh, okay.
He
enough.
was present for the reading of the will, and the
the comment.
letter roll did know.
So maybe-
did
Yeah, but
specifically
that weather
mention-
roll did kind of whisper that to Shiloh.
No, he turned to her openly.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Because everybody was like, "Hoo hoo."
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, there is
But I do see a sinking.
there's a sinking boat quickly and a barge that is sinking, and there are people and livestock and carts floating in the water and sinking quickly.
Are there?
There is a raft or a barge going.
I think Bobby just charges and dives. Right, like as I'm going, like ripping open my nice new shirt, throwing it off, and just diving into the water.
Okay, just so Rob has perspective to,
Mhm,
to see what Bobby would do.
Mhm.
I don't know if you've ever seen pictures of the mouth of the Amazon River where it goes out into the ocean.
Yeah,
It's like that.
So don't jump in.
You
Like-
would know better.
like seriously crazy waves.
Oh, yeah, crazy waves. It's like a lake with a current,
But there's people drowning.
and there's people drowning, and they are getting swept away, and the boat that's sinking is even like twisting.
Okay. Is it very clear that Bobby is running to dive?
Yeah,
into
you
the river?
see him running up there.
Okay.
Starting
Hey, watch
to
it.
As you start running,
he's starting to slow a little bit as he's getting there and looking around.
as you're
but-
running toward the river, I'm going to yell out whether or not Bobby
Yeah.
hears this.
Yeah, yeah.
Bobby, I believe our best bet is to take one of the ferries heading out. I can heal people while you help bring them up. Now,
You must be the brains of the operation. What a great idea.
Shiloh, you as you're running out,
As I look at the waves and just like,
leg.
thank you.
You can. There are a few Goliaths here, but you can clearly see Bobby's locks, and you think
Yeah, somehow they're always blowing in
I'm
the
running
wind.
to them so that I can help them.
and they're heading for one of the rival ferries.
I'm snot crying. Oh God! we
Just
have
like
to
my
head
one tooth
to
is
Junie.
always shining.
Yeah, but it's a ferry that's going out, and it looks
Okay.
like it's unloading people. So it's like you can see the guy yelling.
Get off so they can get out there.
Yeah, so
Okay,
they can get
good.
out there.
Okay, I'm gonna help him push people off the raft or the barge.
Okay, yeah. He
Or
eventually
like toss people.
he
if I
clears
have
it.
to.
If you're not coming to help, get the fuck off my raft.
No,
And
I'm
he looks
coming
at
to help.
Anybody,
Mhm.
and there's a few other guys that hop up on.
Yeah.
And one other Goliath.
Cool.
And normally they don't start up until they're away from the shore a little bit, and it actually blows people back
Nice.
from the shore. And he like just
Glass out.
cranks it to high.
I've never been on one of these before.
Yeah,
Neat.
you actually kind of stumble back a little bit.
I'm just sitting at the front rail, and for some reason, I just start getting the urge to go. Dun, dun.
Based on intelligence.
It's the spirit of the river, man.
By the time they make their way, you guys make their way, or the barge makes its way out there, the ferry makes its way out there. The larger ship, which was powered, it seemed to be some sort of a paddle wheel of some description, has gone completely under. There are people in the water getting swept out to the Lake Prime. Juniper's barge is destroyed. There's fucking logs everywhere. Some of them are floating. Some of the shit is sunk. There are carts that were on Juniper's barge that are off. People are in the water and getting washed out. The barge that you are on, the ferry that you're on, is trying to keep pace and grab people as they're going.
Do I see Junie anywhere? Junie Bear?
Make a wisdom, please. Actually,
hang on.
If you're, go ahead.
I'm going to, as we're getting
Yep.
pretty much up to where the first survivors are, so it lasts as long as possible.
Yeah.
I'm going to cast Bless on, so I can cast it on 3 people. So I guess I'll cast it on all 3 of us for now. So we all get that D4 on our chest.
Nice. Love the bless. I'm if this is for a look for Juniper, I just won't bother.
11.
And then a wisdom check, you said?
Yeah.
Oops. Because I got no idea who he is.
That is a 25.
It is a great check. However, you do not see Juniper anywhere. You do see a lot of blood in the water, too.
Okay.
Oh,
The
God.
Goliath that is with you, you see him cast a spell. It seems arcane to you just at a glance. And he starts levitating people out of the water and onto the barge.
Is there a rope
There are ropes, yeah.
sitting around?
And
I'm
people
gonna-
are just,
yeah.
there's lots of ropes actually because they're used to tying things down, bigger things.
So I'm going to tie the rope
As-
to like a small.
Oh, they're already attached to the
barrel.
barge. So you
No,
get that.
to a small barrel.
Okay.
If I can find one
Yeah.
nearby, and then I'm going to start throwing the rope out like a throw bag on a boat to haul people in.
Okay, roll the hit for your first victim save.
Is this ranged or?
Well, yeah, make it ranged.
Ooh. That's an 11 plus or minus 1, so 10.
Okay, you actually get reasonably close to one of the people floating in the water.
And then I'll yell,
They
grab the barrel!
They grab the barrel and a little kid.
All right.
You can't tell girl or boy at this point.
No, whole new.
And
Sorry.
these appear to be dwarves.
Is there any rope on board?
Lots of ropes, and they're all they're mounted onto the ferry itself. With a length of rope onto it, so you don't have to like affix anything to the raft if that's what you're trying to, or to the ferry.
Is it really long rope?
It's really long rope.
I'm going to double the length of both of my arms.
Yeah.
Leave the rope one end tied to it, but use the length of my arms as an advantage to throw the rope
Like-
further
like
to
throwing a
whoever I
dog.
can see.
One of
Yeah.
those dog ball.
Yeah,
tossers.
just the rope to.
Yeah, give me a ranged at advantage. This you might not be able to do this in combat, but given this situation, I'm gonna say yes. Just a skill check.
Ranged Dex.
Advantage.
Oh, advantage?
Yeah.
13.
You manage to get it close to a individual who seems to still be treading water.
And
It is an elven woman. You fucking racist. Speciesist.
fine, I pull it in maybe a little
Yeah,
aggressively.
She grabs the barrel and you pull.
She's almost water skiing and
Yeah.
skipping.
Grab her by the back of her shirt, throw her on board,
Yum.
and keep trying.
The Goliath caster that you're with seems to
Uh-oh.
be being
Oh, no.
levitate. It fucks up.
Ooh.
Oh no.
Yeah.
And I haven't had a
And
chance
you guys
to
are on a raft.
take my next
Oh
minor
no.
yet.
Miss Akir, what happens? Ooh, that's not good.
You rolled a 1 on a spell.
Yeah, all nearby non-magical metal melts. 10d6 fire damage. Your raft is currently, the ferry that you're on is currently on fire.
my God.
There are some people on board that are like, "Ah!" and drop to the ground. And you can see like their like belts, for example,
Oh my god.
like their stomachs are smoking and they're on the ground.
So the 50 gold.
The caster itself on the ground.
Me too, because I have 50 gold snuggled in my ERALS.
Oh my
Oh
god.
no, you said non-magical?
Metal.
Non-magic.
So all of our
Yeah.
our gold that we have on us is
It is
a
currently
puddle of gold.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
currently a puddle of gold. Let's
Yeah.
see what it's doing for damage.
The only thing I have on me
I'm
right
glad I
now
paid for the
is my
parcel
gold
already.
and my magical war hammer, so I'm not too concerned. I don't even have my bag on.
I will give 3 of you dexterity saving throws to see whether you can avoid the damage. Drop your metal before it's too late.
Dexterity. All 3 of us.
Yeah.
Nat 1.
God.
I mean, it's a deck save, but
Yeah.
it's not a spell.
Dex
fortunately.
would be 8.
Would that be an acrobatic kind of save?
No, just
Athletics?
dexterity straight up.
Oh, but I got a 1.
There you go.
19.
You save. You managed to drop your gold, but you are going to take some
I
damage.
felt it heating up
Yeah. You saw basically the explosion
and you.
and knew.
I assume I'm taking damage.
What'd you roll, sorry?
8.
Oh, just barely.
I got a -2 dex.
You might want to use.
Oh yeah, I got lots of those. Sure. That's 9.
You only missed by 1.
Did I,
You're only missing by 1.
Yeah, so that was a 9.
I need a 10. I'm assuming.
You're
right?
good.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
you've done it. Okay, so half damage.
Do I drop that gold?
Yeah, you drop.
Okay,
Okay,
What's your minimum damage on this, Tom?
let's find out.
Uh-oh.
He gets half.
I'm gonna laugh my ass
Yeah,
off.
but I don't, and I have very low hit points. So if the minimum, I might just be dead regardless.
It's good though. You won't.
I've got a healing potion. I'm pretty sure.
You won't have to be a stinking elf.
Oh, wow,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
good. Okay, so those of you who saved, sorry, let me just 4, 8, 10, 14 points of damage for you. Those who didn't save, for those of you who did, it's 7.
And I'm not only dead, that is double my hit points. I have a DR of 2, but it's still.
Okay,
I've got 7 hit points
Use
and
these
a DR of 2.
Oh, we've taken double.
Oh,
my-
I can.
Use these.
I can use this to reduce?
You can reduce damage.
Nice.
That's 10 less,
Okay, so 4 points of damage for you.
and I've got a DR of 2, so only 2 points of damage.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with that.
You take a bunch of 1 hit point.
That's
yeah.
that's why we got him.
You're
Yeah,
welcome.
that is. Thank you, Sam. We'll call that even for the
Yeah,
necklaces.
even though you're an elf, even though you're an elf, and I wish I kept my mouth shut, but still.
I'm assuming DR does nothing for that.
No, it does.
Oh, really?
Works.
DR
Yeah.
counts on that?
Oh, really?
Yeah, because if it's mounted on the outside, I don't know where it's mounted on your body, so we might as well call it if it's on your armor.
Yeah,
you might-
mine would have been like a pouch
Little
or
So
something.
my shield DR though.
No, your shield. No,
Oh, just
no,
my regular
Just your,
armor?
just your
Okay. Well, that's the bicing back too. So
Yeah.
I'll take it.
The
But the boat's on fire.
the boat's on fire. All of its passengers. Oh wait, what the fuck happens to? Sorry, I got to find out what happens with this corruption. Give me a second here. One last little bit of love. It's the gift that keeps on giving.
Hmm.
Always check your casts, people. Oh god. So the caster, this glorious Goliath caster, you see him double over in pain because his stomach is smoking because of the metal that he's wearing, and his head morphs into this weird fucking serpent thing,
Oh no.
and he hits the ground and passes out. The ferryman drops to the ground, and all of the passengers, with the exception of the 3 of you, drop to the ground.
And things are on fire?
Things are on fire, and the ferry is now not being driven. It is out of control.
I want to try
Uh,
something dangerous with my psionics.
Mhm.
It's something I don't know, but I want to make up. I have advantage to it, but
Why do
I
you have advantage to it?
because it's psionic.
No, psionic checks, like things to learn about psionics. It's not.
Yeah, that's
it's
just
not
like a
on your
knowledge.
psionics.
Okay, I don't want to do it then. It's
Yeah.
not worth it. Never mind.
Can either of you do something about this fire or drive that
big-
boat?
How
That's
big
what I
is
was
the
gonna
boat?
try to do.
The big is the boat. The boat is big enough to hold 2 of the like full size. Of course, I don't have it handy. 2 like like the full size ones, the covered wagons, with a set of 4 horses side by side.
And is the fire like a whole bunch of places all over? Is there one giant fire in the middle? What's it?
Anyway, it's say it is. They're small and scattered all over the deck. Nails and whatnot, things that were holding together the barge, and the barge is not looking super structurally sound. However, it is bound with ropes as well.
Does it have any lifeboats on it?
No.
Buckets? Barrels?
Water right close.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
buckets.
brother, let's see if this one works in reverse. With a 17 to cast a first level spell,
Yeah,
even as an unknown.
Yeah.
I cast Create Water. I create
Brilliant.
a rainfall around. I don't remember what the area is. 1 second.
I think it's 30 feet
Then
off the top of my head.
if he's doing that, Bobby's going to try and take control of the boat.
Okay.
I'm probably the last person you guys want piloting this, but Bobby's a man of action.
You look at the controls. There was a fire on the controls, but the control fire has gone out. A lot of the buttons and the wheel feels really rocky, real rickety, and the lever.
That
Just a bunch of buttons, some gauges that are almost useless at this point, and the lever are all very semi-operable, maybe? They're not looking in great condition, and the fire on them has gone out because of Bobby. Or because of Shoot.
Okay, and you're saying the steering's not working at all?
It's working, but you think the wheel will pull right off if you're not careful.
So, sorry, I just want to, because I got part of it. Create water. Up to 10 gallons of clean water falls in an open container or falls as rain in a 30-foot cube area.
Yep, very good.
So,
Yep.
I don't know if that's enough to do it the whole boat or if I need to do it twice,
No,
but
the whole boat and all the fires are out.
I'm just going to try and, as delicately as my massive frame will allow me, to just keep it steady.
Just give me a dexterity check.
Yeah, I'm awesome at these. Did you lose your spell when you got hit there? Do I still
Yes,
have?
no,
I still have my.
Yep.
nope, I would have lost that.
Less is gone.
Less is gone.
Oh yeah, you don't have a concentration.
This was
anymore.
anymore.
You need a feat for that.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, forgot about that. So yeah, no more bless. Nope. That's a 2. I got the steering wheel in my hand.
Yeah.
Guys, we have a problem.
You're gonna take this in turn. Roll a luck check.
Oh no,
It's not necessarily because you did this, but
13.
okay, you see the raft heading directly for a person floating in the water.
Oh
You're
no.
like, oh shit. And you jump to the far side of the raft and jump down in the corner, and the raft goes like a skateboard.
Oh, nice.
It swerves out of the way, just missing a head.
Nice.
Whew.
How close am I to the head that we see in the water? Like close enough for my
You would now be on the opposite side
side
of the
of
raft,
them? Okay.
or of the ferry.
Okay.
Bobby! What you doing? You got a steering wheel in your hand.
I'm gonna try and take the steering wheel and stick it back into the hole I
Okay.
pulled it out.
You stick it back onto the hole. Roll a luck check.
All right. Where's my look? Let's write that one
Shoot,
down. I believe
there
it's minus
are-
2.
There are 5 individuals at the front of the boat: the Goliath and the ferryman. Passed out all.
Okay. At a 6.
You get it on. You think it'll hold? Maybe.
Bad.
Casting spell at a 22.
Yep.
I'm casting healing on the 2 at the front there.
Okay. Again, I reiterate: 5 passed out at the front. The Goliath, who was casting spells, and the ferryman.
Maybe
Okay,
the ferry.
The ferryman. Sorry.
Okay.
Get the guys that might actually be able to help.
No, the ferryman, and I'm not going to worry about the caster for now.
Okay.
Well, one of the other guys. I don't think it matters. They're all pretty
just
random, aren't they? But
Random dude.
yeah,
number
sorry.
2.
I should have been clear. Is the ferryman is definitely one of the ones I want to heal.
Want to make sure.
And he gets 12 points back.
Okay, yeah. Then they get back up. They're like, what that? Oh my god! And the ferryman's holy shit!
I'm up there. Little help! Little help!
Jeez. Yeah. And you see him, and he grabs a wooden mallet because he's looking around and everything. Like there was deck fires. Oh no!
Don't worry about that. We got it looked after, but
grabs
we've
some
got
pegs
to.
and he pounds a peg into where the bolt that was holding the wheel onto the steering column. It's like good. Hold on. Shit. It's like we'll try. And it slows right down, and now you're caught in the current. You're drifting with everybody else.
Well, I'm gonna still try and pull people. I'll go back to trying to pull people onto the boat.
You've still got your elven woman on the.
I threw
barrel.
her on on the boat, and I'm just screaming for Junie and throwing the rope out at any moving person that I see.
Okay. Everybody you're pulling up so far is conscious.
I'm going to work on healing the guys now who are unconscious. I don't know how many checks you want. So you can do 2 people at a time.
Yeah, there's only 4 guys left now.
Oh, okay. So 2
2
more.
checks and you should have
12 on the first
You're
one.
good.
And a nat 20 on the second.
Nice.
All right.
Oh, let's see what
All
that
4
does.
dudes are back up.
Oh yeah, that's a crit.
They
I might be able to.
they shake it off and they start grabbing see what you're doing. They start grabbing ropes and throwing them out to people.
Save Junie!
And one of the guys is like, I know him. I don't see him.
Ah! She's like losing her mind. And here's a wreck.
Yeah, just continuing to pull people up because.
Ooh, my next spellcasting check has +2 and advantage.
Okay.
Nice.
You grab everybody in the immediate area, but the ferry driver is like, guys, we got a problem. I can't get the accelerator mechanism to go. I've got us a minimum power. I might be able to hold us here, but I can't get us back to shore. I've got emergency orders. We can try rowing at least to the near shore.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay,
I'm strong.
we'll do
Yeah, get me and Shy on
Yeah.
either side.
Yeah.
I'm Junie!
Yeah, it's you and some dude up at the front of the boat.
Junie!
I wouldn't stop. I wouldn't want to try and paddle out of here until we've saved absolutely till this raft is at capacity.
I cast a 13 to get blessed back up.
Okay,
So I'm going to get the 2 of them and the ferryman because I can choose up to 3 people.
Yeah.
And if he's got to be steering, moving this thing in the conditions he's got, I'm going to give him bless. And
and you let him know.
yeah,
Okay,
absolutely.
he
So there's a little something that might help you through all this.
breaks out a toolkit. He looks at his toolkit and it's like a puddle of molten metal. He's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
He's got another mallet. He's got like some sort of like just wooden like wrenchy dealy thing. I'll see what I can do. And he
A
starts
hydro
tinkering around.
spanner.
Totally.
Left-handed luring wrench.
Metal stretcher. He goes, yeah, I got it. And he managed to get like just jury rig the accelerator. Okay, I got it. And he starts doing like a search pattern for people in the water. You managed to find 25 people from both the ferry and the paddle wheel that went down. You can't see anymore, and actually now you're starting to see some sort of fish in the water.
Oh no.
And there's lots of blood. And you guys stay out for probably 20 minutes going back and forth, getting as many people as you can. You start seeing bodies come with like chunks out of them.
I'm gonna start pulling in bodies too.
Yeah.
Or any of them.
I'll heal anybody that we brought up that's injured or anything like that.
They're well gone.
Yeah.
No, not the body.
Oh,
I mean,
anybody
like
who's-
as any of the survivors as we rescue them.
You've got 25 healthy people helping you, a lot, in addition to the 5 that were in front of the raft.
Okay.
All 3 of you can make a luck check.
This goes well every time.
6.
That's cocked.
7.
And don't forget you plus 2.
Oh,
8.
8.
A 9.
Yeah, and sorry, you got Jeff.
I just had a 6.
6.
One of these days I'll make a character with luck.
I know. I got to.
You spend. Finally, the ferryman says, we've got to go. This thing is held together with spit and prayers at this point. I need to go in. The safety of the people on this raft. We can't we're finding bodies now, guys. Sorry.
It's time to go. And it's long.
We leave the rest to
Shiloh's sundress
You
is
can only do something.
burned and ripped and stained, and her hair is ruined. Her makeup's ruined.
Yep.
She's got scratches and cuts. Smells like sweat. I've got bug bites and sunburn and chapped
The
lips.
needs of the many outweigh the needs of the, hey, what's that over there?
he comes up onto shore and he's like, sorry guys, I'm not gonna be able to power down, just brace. And he just like into shore, and you can see like he's like basically standing on his console before he hits the shore. He's like, get the fuck back, because there's like a crowd of people.
Oh, sweet.
I'm fully
is it
doing
like
the
a
mom in the
beach,
minivan
or is
with
it
my
a-
arms
It's
on
kind of a
people.
beach. It's pretty muddy. Sorry.
I'm doing fully mom minivan mode, holding something like that to catch anybody.
1970s
Yeah,
seatbelt.
yeah.
As soon as we hit the shore,
Yeah.
I'm running. I'm gonna shrink my arms back down to size and double the length of my legs,
Yeah.
and start like running down the shore of the river, desperately screaming for Juniper and looking for him, hoping not a body.
You and his buddy who's at the front of the
Yeah,
bus.
me and that guy.
Both.
Yeah.
He's trying to keep up with you.
Is he
but
small? Is he? I could
He's a
carry him.
human.
I'm gonna piggyback him as I go.
Oh, thanks.
And we'll just be- Yeah,
yeah, and you guys
we're just
hit
go.
the shore,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
and it just some people take the Prometheus school of running away from things. You actually only mow down 7 people.
Oh.
Shu, you can get them all before they perish.
I'm gonna at this point I'm going to turn to the driver and go, what happened out there? Is that normal?
That's not normal. It's the boat traffic. We don't have a harbor master yet, so it gets a little carried around here sometimes. It happens. We lost a ferry in the first 3 months, and well, we thought we had it under control. We were not expecting this kind of harbor.
It's a terrorist attack. Who would kill Junie?
By this time, Newstead is out and she's marshaling people away from the shore. And Draves is looking over the wounded with you. Auspicious day.
Oh,
Yeah. So what are you guys up to? You're running down. You eventually just exhaust.
We managed to save about 25.
Yeah.
How many the other boats? Because there were other boats you said were going out. Like
Yeah. Other boats
we
bring
look
back.
at like half of the people saved, a little more.
You think the population of the paddle wheel, and based on your head count, you got maybe half the people from Juniper's raft, because that was the place you hit first.
Gotcha.
The other ferries that have gone out came back with about a comparable 25-ish.
Okay.
You think the ferry, and there was 3 ferries total, 4 including Juniper's, but the 3 ferries that went out brought back about 75 people.
A lot of dead.
The murmur amongst people is that the paddle wheel held 300 passengers from deep Isla.
So
Yeah.
quite a few people.
So
So
Out
is
of
there
about
like
350, we managed to save about, what did you say, 100?
yeah, thereabouts.
So
7,500.
is there like a little triage hospital where
Yeah,
they're
oh yeah.
identifying
Draves
the dead and
Draves and Fly are on it.
healing and
Yeah.
I'm just helping the wounded along.
Yeah. You see, standing by the paddocks, like full tears, your little Spanish kid buddy, like just.
Are you okay, little boy?
He's dead. They're dead.
Yes, many are dead.
He just fucking loses it. And like some dogs that I know, Flooflamas, when they hear either singing or like wailing, crying, and there's a lot of that going on, or screaming, they along in key. So the Flooflama in the paddocks is like with random like cries and screams.
Don't be sad, little boy. Listen to the lovely song of the lamb.
And he stops crying and listens.
Ah, beautiful.
Yeah, you eventually exhaust yourself, and you can see that the paddle wheel, There's like nothing left of Juniper's raft, and the paddle wheel itself is gone under, and what's left of like the flotsam and
It's
jetsam
already out in the lake.
is out lakewards.
So we're just going to go along the riverbank as far as we can, because I'm sure we're close to the mouth of the lake-ish.
You're
Yeah.
ish.
So she's gonna go all the way to the end of the river if she can, and then along the shore of the beach until she's freaking exhausted. Like standing in the mud, like on her knees and
and there's
move.
points actually at the river where it gets pretty swampy.
Yeah, so it's mud deep.
Oh yeah, just
so exhausted.
Yeah, at
on
one
the
point,
shores of the lake.
At one point, you drop his buddy.
Yeah.
And even his buddy is like,
yeah.
Until you're both basically just face down in the
on
muck.
the mud on the side of the lake. Yeah.
Yeah.
My ruined dress.
In your ruined dress. in your wet t-shirt. I mean your sundress.
Mosquito bites everywhere.
Oh yeah.
Chapped lips.
You've been ugly crying for a
ugly
long
crying,
time now.
puffy eyes, allergies to God knows what was in that last bush we went through. Yeah, it's bad.
So about an hour goes by, things settle down a little bit. They do kind of triage centers in Pesto's and Bob's. They're giving out like hot coffee, and basically the fair part of things is pretty much shut down.
I go and get a coffee, and I just walk down and find SHYLO on the beach, and I hand her a coffee, and I just sit down beside her and like somberly put my arm around her.
Me and Dude are just like 50 yards staring. I'll drink it. Yeah.
I'm moving through all the various triages and areas and setup and stuff with Draves, and where I can, I'm just doing medicine checks.
Yeah.
If somebody is like, if I need to try and do magic, I will, but I'm sticking to strict like just.
And Draves is in the same boat too. She's sticking to the medicine as best she can. She's got a small stock of healing potions that she's like split out into like family schnapps kind of thing. Like shots.
Just enough to get like one or two.
Yeah, just enough just to bring it back. She gives you a small stock of your own and some ironwood leaves.
Okay.
And she shows you how to make a quick poultice and just shove it into wounds and whatnot. Within about an hour, you get everybody stable, at least conscious, and now it's just a matter of dealing with like
identifying bodies
that you've got, and basically the aftermath of mental health and trying to keep people from.
SHYLO and the dude are gonna kind of make their way slowly back into town.
When SHYLO gets up to go, Bobby will start just walking the beach.
She's like doing that.
Just sifting through debris, looking for bodies and survivors.
Yeah, parts of bodies even.
I just want to say, once I get to the part where I'm sort of done and, can rest at least for a bit, as a random roll, I wanted to see. I gotta say, Shu feels extremely proud of himself right now, and he sees why the whole healing thing is a good thing. He's still a little uncertain on the whole adventure thing. I mean, he's died and come back as an elf. It's got some pluses and minuses. But being able to help this many people was actually very rewarding in a way he didn't quite expect or understand before.
And you didn't hear from the whole time, but as you're kind of like standing and looking out over the triage tent, you see your brother. Is all you hear.
Yeah, that's something for it. That's true.
As you guys are wandering back into town down the beach here, you come to Juniper's, like his post for where he hitches his ferry up for the night. And even in the short time that you guys have been gone, like a series of origami flowers have shown up. Like just paper folded into flowers
in the stump where I had stuck the letter,
and they've made like a little like.
Aww. Is it the stump where I had stuck that last letter to Dooney that he didn't get?
Yeah. None of the flowers are perfumed.
Yeah. It's so sad.
Yeah.
Did you do this just to like get her to stop talking about it after all this time?
I rolled for it, honestly.
He's not dead yet.
And the Nat 1 fucking tragedy was totally fucking not expected.
Yeah, he's not dead yet. You don't know.
He's only mostly dead.
He's only mostly dead.
Maybe he
be
made
a ghost.
Maybe he's a strong swimmer and made it to the other side of the river.
When I'm all exhausted and I'll go and find Shoofly and kind of sit down beside him while he's helping with his triage and be like, So is it always like this down here? Ever since I left home, it's been one tragedy after another.
Well, there has been some good parts.
So the chaos of the hours before is kind of faded. It's actually eerily quiet for like 4 o'clock on a Saturday afternoon, for lack of a better name.
Mm-hmm.
That's your
Yes.
homework for this week.
Yeah, that'll-
you have to come up with the
name-
10 days of the week.
Exactly. As you're walking back into town, you're passing the paddocks and you pass the post, and you guys are just kind of standing on the shore like, holy fuck. Somewhere in the distance, you can hear a low croaking rumble. Somewhere in the middle of the
Like
river.
Croaking, like a.
It sounds like a Bruce.
Oh, just okay.
Do we recognize
You
it?
clearly recognize it. It haunts your memories, especially you. You've heard it from the inside.
I've been pretty darn close.
They're not near, but it's like standing on the shore in Chile when the fucking humpback whales come in.
And there's a
you hear
whole
the song.
bunch. It's more than one.
Yeah, at first you think you hear one, then you can hear a few. You would imagine that they're
It's a lot.
gorging.
I'm gonna go let the champions know just in terms of what the sound is and what to pay attention for on that.
Newstead looks at you and says they're probably just. She goes out into a quiet corner of the square. They're probably just gorging on bodies. They'll probably leave us alone. They don't like confrontation unless they're riled by the bullywugs. And they honestly typically don't attack things. They're more opportunists
Scavengers.
and scavengers.
Bobby looks at her as I have seen them wipe out an entire village. I'm gonna go wait at the docks. And he just kind of stalks out and basically takes sword, plants it on the ground beside him. He's like, I must protect her. and just like sits on the docks and watches all night.
So, yeah, evening passes. They've turned, as opposed to what they had planned, because you saw like stacks of tables and like benches and whatnot. They were going to do like a gigantic like a feast circle tables, like kind of like what they did in Springfell during their annual festival thing. They didn't ever set them up. They basically set out food at Pesto's and Bobby's, and it's just come, eat, grab. At one point, Draves gets up on the town well, and as people are filtering in and out, she says that the speeches and entertainment for tonight, regrettably, are canceled.
Jody.
We will still do the fireworks, just as a memorandum.
To light up the corpses on the water.
And it's reasonably quiet, except for SHYLO. Like,
Corpses.
Jesus Christ.
She's really good at drama.
So yeah, come dark, they set off their fireworks, and it's actually a neat display. There's like magic and whatnot. All goes off reasonably without a hitch. Where there would normally be a dance afterwards, people kind of go home and
Yeah.
there is a quick little address at the fireworks. Thanks everyone for coming. It'd be a bummer, but tomorrow is Penroll's funeral. You're all welcome.
I think it's going to be more than Penroll's funeral.
Yeah.
Yeah, mostly.
I'm just gonna dump them into a mass grave.
You stand guard all night long. You get important point of exhaustion.
Yeah, I figured.
Actually, I would go somewhere around like midnight or so. I would go to try and talk to him.
Okay.
And just, Bobby, I understand the need to protect. You protected a lot of people today. You should get some rest in case you need to protect some tomorrow.
And by this point, you don't hear any croaking.
The croaking's all
The
done.
croaking is stopped. So the croaking actually stopped before dark.
I turned to showing absolutely no weakness. I turn to Shu and go, I appreciate the sentiment, my friend, but this is what I do. I watch over the flock.
Alright.
And I have spent many a night wide awake, just like this, keeping my vigil. When I'm sure that everyone is safe, I will go to bed, but I thank you for your concern.
Night passes completely without incident. Morning comes. Penrol's funeral is at 11 o'clock with a light lunch to be served afterwards. It's a wake, but in light of events, they keep it very toned down, and it's more of like a reception than a wake. Draves actually gets up to talk, and she says, and basically explains that, like, in light of yesterday's events, I'm sure Penrol would understand if we just made this a reception. There will be no music. Sorry.
SHYLO hasn't gone to bed. She's still wearing the dress. She hasn't taken any potions of healing. She's still covered in mud. She's been ugly crying periodically throughout the night with bad allergies. So maybe some of the flirty.
Are you still on the beach?
No, she's down in town, like
Okay.
just in the middle of people.
I would be. This is. It was going to be a fun fact, but since we're actually getting to the funeral, I'm just going to jump ahead. So, the flies, death happens. I mean, we're healers, but we're not gods or anything.
Yeah.
So we're very used to it, and it's just a family tradition. You go with what you're wearing, but you wear a simple black robe over the whole thing or a cloak to show your grievance toward the death. That's about it. We're very practical in terms of that. And spending enough time around life and death, you sort of get
The black cloak will do it.
not jaded so much as just
Comfortable with it.
used to it. Yeah.
Bobby, once the town wakes up and starts milling about Nar Alert again,
Yeah.
Bobby would go and take a nap somewhere until the funeral, and then just like get up, kind of, fold up his nice coat before he goes, because Bobby is not a slob.
Yeah.
He folds up his nice cloak and everything before he goes to bed, and then dresses when it's time for the funeral and heads on down.
Okay. Draves gives the eulogy.
Allow me to interject here for the Jerk DM. The following is an actual recording from the archives of Deep Port of the eulogy. To all of our listening audience, I present Necromancer Draves.
Hello. Most of you probably know me, some of you may not. I am Draves, holy advocate of the Church of Leaf Og Dowdy. As both a servant of the Lord of Life and Death, and as friend of the departed, Penrol has asked that I preside over these proceedings. Though his original request was that this be a traditional Jewish wake, given the circumstances of the past 24 hours, I can say with confidence that he would understand the change to a more somber reception. Though he was flamboyant and openly full of himself in many ways, he was also a human of exceptional moral fiber. I understand that we as a community are grieving for many reasons today, that this might seem a bit gauche to have a singular funeral given the loss of life we have all just witnessed. Let me start out by saying that Penrol was bombastic and very dramatic, but with that came a great generosity and altruism. His estate has, as a part of it, a provision for the settlement of Deep Port, which he loved so much. This provision has been established to assist the people, you, his friends, of which he considered all the residents of Deep Port to be. Families and friends who have suffered loss from yesterday's tragedy will be assisted by this fund. A maximum one-time payment of 100 gold pieces will be provided per family to assist with support in your loss. Along with this generous offer from the estate, I will volunteer my time for the next 5 days to perform the ritual of reincarnation. Please note this service has some caveats and clarifications that must be made. Firstly, there is an associated materials cost of 1,000 gold per casting. Secondly, for everyone's protection, it will be cast as a ritual that will take about 5 hours. Third, on summation of the ritual, the deceased has the choice to return to life. I cannot force the return of any spirit to the land of the living. Fourth and finally, your loved one will likely not look as they did in the previous life. They might not even be the same species as they were previously. I have no control over this. I can perform 10 of these rituals over the next 5 days. Payment will be in advance. If there is high demand, all requests will be handled by lottery selection. Now, since it is Penarol's funeral, I'm sure he would think it best that I actually talk about him for a bit. It is a point of fact that not many know. The Hydromancer was offered the status of prime champion of the colonies, a role he very flatly turned down. He wanted to spend his retired years in leisure. He didn't want to be bothered running a colony and having to hear the unrelenting woes and complaining that would come with it. But he was a fixer, and that trait doesn't just go away because you say you are retired. I know for a fact that there are precious few citizens of our colonies that he didn't in some way assist. Penarol had a unique way. I'm sorry, just one moment. Penarol had a unique way of helping people. It was actually quite remarkable. It somehow always felt like there would be a catch, like you had been or will be scammed in some way. But invariably, the days and months would go by and there would either be no rub, no, well, there it is, moment, or what had felt like a scam initially would play out to your benefit, just as he had lavishly promised. He was, much to my personal annoyance, everywhere. We have all become accustomed to the presence of the wet versions of Penarol. Though helpful, the resulting mud was often problematic for each of Deepport, Springfell, and Southlease. For all of the filth he seemed to cause, he was an immaculate, well-kept gentleman. The cleanest clothes in the colonies, and always a pleasant fresh cologne, preceded and lingered long after his presence. So it was ironic to me that, when I often complained about the mud due to his wet associates, he would simply chuckle and tell me that we shouldn't be worried about getting a little dirty when we help people. Though, sadly, I think everyone will notice an improvement in the mud in the coming weeks. On the topic of the wetter rolls, should you encounter any of these duplicates, speak the words water buffalo, and the spell will dissipate harmlessly. I am to specifically mention that should you have any outstanding claims, owed funds, or services unfulfilled, Penarol was a meticulous record keeper. All contracts or outstanding debts will be paid out in full. He was a pompous, arrogant individual. He was also fabulous and helpful, who in the end, like most of us, did his best in life. He will be missed. Thank you for your time, everyone. Go in peace, and may Leif Ogdaudi's guidance smile on you when it is your time.
Funeral is nice, or the wake is nice. They wrap it up. There is a lunch at noon, and that's, unless you guys had something you want to do, where we will end the most depressing D&D session I have ever ran. Or the most depressing game session that I've ever ran.
At some point during the reception, I'm sure there's ale and stuff like that around. I'd grab a mug, and in Goliath tradition, hold it up, go, Penarol, he really loved water. I mean,
Literally.
he really loved water. And I'm going to cheers or do a big salute to him.
And it comes out during the eulogy also, one last point, that Penarol is Jewish.
Jewish. Oh, fuck off.
That's his religion.
He was a practicing Jewish.
Was he born a Jewish princess?
Well, his mom was Jewish, so when your mother is Jewish,
you're Jewish as well.
Yeah.
One thing that SHYLO wants to do in her stupor of tears, she's going to talk to one of the Bobs, the hiring service, and see if he can hire her 2 scouts to scout both sides of the river, just desperately checking.
All my scouts are booked out. All my contracts for scouts. We're overbooked for that, man. Don't worry. The settlement is taken care of.
They're looking for him?
They're looking for survivors. And actually, you do see after the funeral, and and after people have eaten, you see guys go on sloops.
Okay,
And
good.
the fairies are not running today.
Yeah.
They do go out and
They're
they just do a
looking.
search pattern.
I assume Shiloh has a point of exhaustion as well.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's
Actually, I'll give you
Since
2
neither of us
points of
slept.
exhaustion.
yeah, because
please.
she's